Hello, friends. It's me, Cynthia from Greengirlstudios. And here is my lovely assistant, Marty Balbun, and my lovely daughter behind the screen.
Hi.
Yes, so today on our Wednesday edition of Magic Hour, we're going to go and revisit some of the liver of sulfur patinaing, and we're going to look at some of the things I made over the last few weeks. I see our friend Morphing Designs is here with us. Hey there. Hey, hey. Hello, Terry. Hello, hello. See, Azalea, thanks for the invoice. It appears as if my payment went through after the fifth time. Am I good for the order?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it would have the struggle. I wonder if it's the invoice or not if it's the Shopify. Hello, Cecilia. Hello, hello. You guys like Marty's hat? He's being very patient today and wearing his cowboy
Can you
hat.
pass me the TV remote, please? You're doing it slow as Christmas stuff. Somebody decided that anytime there's some 80s music, like a nice one, they want to. It's gotta have sax.
Brass. Hello, Nilda. Hello, hello. We're gonna bring in the
I got the remote ready just in case.
Oh, I know why I look washed. I was like, why do I look so pale? I forgot to put some lipstick on. Yeah. Got it. Look alive. Marty.
His hat looked good on him.
It's a little warm in here. I'm gonna have to lose the apron. So I've got everything ready, and over the week I did order this liver of sulfur in gel form. This is what I usually get. This is extended life, but extended life only goes so far. I think it's more like the rocks, they last maybe 6 months, not even that long, but you got to store them in something airtight. This will last, it says, it's like any liver of sulfur, but they put it in a stabilizing gel so that it can be in this format for supposedly 2 years, from what I understand. But I haven't had it last quite that long. I would say it's closer to like maybe, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months. It's hard to say. And again, you know what? I don't use a lot of liver of sulfur anymore. It's just another step when most people like the raw silver look or a very tender hand polish. I think that was like a 90s thing, man. We were a liver of sulfur all the time, but nowadays, I don't know. It doesn't seem like I can't remember last time, except last week I got the liver of sulfur out. So, he's very attentive right now. I get these cat chocolates. Oh, Karen likes the background music you chose, Azalea.
Thank you. It doesn't have the saxophone in it.
No sax. A cat in the hat. How delightful. He's interested. He's wearing it right now because he's patient today. Sometimes he's not that patient. Some days he is. He loves these. These are his weak things. He can't go without these. Yeah, his little cowboy hat. It's kind of raggedy. It's made out of felt. I don't remember where it came from, but I think it's a Halloween costume for Chihuahuas. It fits his head.
Barely.
It's a little small for his head, if we're being real. Hello, Clem. Hello.
He has a big head.
He has a little bit of a big head. Oh, hello, Connie. Nancy. Oh, the screen keeps freezing. Let's try, Azalea, should we refresh at the beginning?
If the screen keeps freezing, it could be an isolated issue.
Connie, I'm not sure what that means.
If there's multiple people saying the screen
is saying freezing. There's 3 people,
then
so
you can try that. But the internet was shoddy today already, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we have stormy weather outside, so we'll see. I'm going to refresh this. Just give us a second. Thank you for letting us know, friends. We're going to reload this site. It'll just take a second. Okay, we're back. How does it look? Real chat back. It's Facebook. Facebook. All right, I refreshed it. Everything should be good now. We'll give one of these little goodies to little Morilava. Oh, yeah, you can eat it in your bowl. You don't have to get down. Here, honey, we'll take off your hat. Getting stressed out. All right, I'm going to flip it.
He's such a big cat.
I know, you guys. He's just hungry right now.
When is he not?
He's not hungry. He isn't hungry.
He's eating at those full muzzle.
Mm-hmm. He likes those cat chocolates. All right, what I'm going to do. I see Red Baroness says, I was on Facebook and switched to YouTube. Much better. You know, I'm a big fan of YouTube. We listen to a lot of, this and some neural network type sound effects. It's pretty good. I can't remember my main thing that we put on there, which is, and it was funny because I was like, what was that? Those folks that we were watching? They're like in Lithuania or something. And then I opened it up, and guess what? It was like right there, like it was always there. And I went searching for it through my favorites, and I couldn't find it. Oh, I moved it to my own phone again. All right, here we go. Kind of made a mess. Trying to make it look nicer here. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Push all my stuff out of the way. As you can see, I work at the kitchen table, like everybody does. It's just natural. We'll move that back so that's my end of my whatchamacallit. All right, this is the stuff I bought. All right, I'll go on a little bit tighter. Oh, I see. Switch to YouTube, not freezing. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook is all the time doing something. Who knows what they're doing? All right, this is the stuff I ordered. I got this on Amazon. You can get it anywhere. I'm pretty sure I used to get it on Rio. Let's see, this is the brand. And it's, what does that brand say? Beadsmith. This is the gel. And so in the directions I was reading, you only need a couple of drops to do it. And I was happy when I read them. I was like, okay, I wasn't crazy. And giving everybody bad advice from memory because I hadn't done it so long. But then I read the instructions and I was like, yeah, I was pretty spot on with that. So this has warm water in here. It's not as warm as it was. So
no boiling water. You gotta tell them that.
Oh, I got this at an estate sale. It's like 50 cents. But you know what? It's so good for is this story. Oh, so yeah, Zoe was like, don't use boiling water. So originally when we were doing this, we put boiling water for the rocks, and it wasn't exactly boiling when we poured it. It was hot, but it wasn't boiling because I didn't want to break any of my stones from boiling water. There's also a cool side effect that it produces a toxic gas. So you don't want to do that. Oh, there's that little piece of chocolate. It's for Molly. That's weird. For laters. All right, let's do this. Okay, last time when we tried, make some space here. Moving some lights around so it looks good. Let's squeeze some of that in there. Oh, thank you, Cecilia. Yes, if you guys want to hit the like button, or if you want to share, that's good times for us. It's how we make a living. So I like it when everybody shares and comments and likes. I'm gonna squeeze in. It might have been strong because you're supposed to just get it to like a lemon yellow. I don't see my other stick over there, so we'll just use this incense stick because it was right at hand. So earlier I washed these pieces. They had a recipe for using ammonia. I didn't have the ammonia. So what I did was I just used Dawn dish soap. And what you're trying to do is cut the grease on your pieces because it doesn't want to work if there's a barrier of oil. It will resist. And we don't want it to resist, so. Oh, Karen, I'm glad you're on tonight because you know what? I see that Karen K didn't get her invoice, and we were saying to ourselves, "Hey, what happened?
I couldn't find your info. I looked you up.
Yeah, we couldn't.
And
So
I
if you
didn't
want to drop
get
me
an
an email, Karen, to this email address, and I will get that sent to you. And by me, I mean Azalea. No, that's good. All right, so let's look. This is a necklace I made for Lilia.
I'm so excited to wear it.
And I haven't put the clasp on it. I'm going to carve something. So this is a good one. Check it out. Now, I think none of the things on here are super porous. I have opals, but I think they'll be okay. I'm just going to do it. Let's see what happens. Before I painted it on, it wasn't strong enough to really cause any kind of issues. But this is kind of warmish. And my method is to dip and then let it cool for a second. And the air gives it the, you can change it. This is cold water right here. They said to put some baking soda in it, and you can do that. That works. So it's like a stop for the acid. Letting it do its thing. I might give it another go. Now something that's really porous, like turquoise, lapis, I feel like is kind of porous. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Greg made this skull, and I added these little details. I'm going to get in there a little bit tighter. Isn't that cute? I set the sapphires on the top. This is not a cheap date, by the way. I guess you guys can't tell because it's a lot of silver. And you're supposed to cover this up. I keep forgetting to do it. Yeah. Check that out, Azalea. Check it. Check it. Now, what you want are those. I'm blowing it. Gives you some kind of crazy rainbow patterns. And then to stop it, you can go in here in the cold, clean water. So this didn't quite get as dark as I wanted it to. We'll do it another round. It's getting a lot of good rainbow colors. I'll let it drip. We'll put that in there. One thing you don't want to do is put too much chain. If you put too much chain in there, it will all tangle up. Trust me on that one. Oh, was Star on today? I must have missed that one. K Goss had some issues. Yeah, sometimes that's how it goes sometimes. All right, there's a pearl, and I'm kind of scared for my pearls. So listen, let's do this with a brush and see how it looks. I had a brush earlier. Azalea, can you get me one? Wildar?
I thought I got you raggedy brush before.
I'm
running out of raggedy brushes.
No, go in my kit by the door, right where. Like I'm getting ready to leave. No, not that door. Down the stairs. Down. Go down. Over there by the door. You see my toe? You see the brushes? Grab me a brush.
I don't know where the brushes are, but here's the toe. I don't know if you would want one of your fancy big new ones.
No, I don't.
So I don't know.
I want a small detail brush. Okay, now we can take a look at this and say, hey, how do we feel? How do we feel, Azalea Bell?
It looks really
That's with the darkness. It really makes the colors, it gives it a cohesive look. Now, if you don't like this brown kind of texture, color, it's kind of a coppery brown. I don't know if you guys can see that coppery brown color. It's okay. Let's do it again. This one's, and you know what? It loses effectiveness after about 30 minutes, so you have to kind of rush around. I'm actually going in slow motion right now for some reason. Let's put that there. If you leave it here like this, it can get darker and darker and darker. So you want to keep an eye on it. Let's use, I think this will be fine. This is a brush from my kit. It's not chewed up, but it's okay. So I'm going to paint this on some of the area. Like, oh, see there's a pearl there? I don't want to get the pearl. I washed these earlier. You can see it kind of changing already. It's looking good. Maybe what I'll do is this. What am I doing? I don't need a brush. Do it like this. If I had a bunch of pearls, if you had a bunch of pearls, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to do this. If you have stones that are delicate, turquoise, lapis, coral, mother of pearl, that type of thing, what you want to do is do your chain and wire first, and then it's done and it's already patinaed. Now, as this sits, I put the pearl on that side. It's going to be less effective, you see, because it's getting older. As we sit here, getting older. We'll do this one, see what happens. Woo. Come on, you.
I heard a funny sound.
Oh, that's turning pretty. Look at that. See that pinkish? Let's stop it. Now, if you want it to stay, it's kind of one of those things. I don't usually try to keep it, but you can keep it for years. And when I say keep it, I mean the finish. Oh, shoot, I forgot about that one in there. That got a nice rainbow. If you want that, you can use this stuff called PYM, P-Y-M, Protect Your Memories. That stuff is awesome. You don't even detect it on the surface. It's really good. I don't know any stores where you can get that. I got that in California, so I ordered it, and it works pretty well. But again, I don't really patina my stuff like this anymore. But now that I see it, I kind of love it. So after I'm done with everything, I'm just giving it a cold rinse, or cool. It's not really cold. Yeah, check out how good that looks. It's kind of silvery. You can see that little bit of rainbow sheen, and that's what people like. That's what we're going for. Now, if you leave it in there a long time, or you make an extra strong batch, it can make it where it turns a dark gray. And I don't know if I love that. Might as well just leave it off at that point. But some folks like it, so everybody's different, you know. This is a pretty good strength. It's fresh and new, so it's working really good. This stuff will take a long time. Once it starts getting old, it doesn't work as fast. That's just how it goes. But it's not super expensive, so... And you can experiment. Like if you add other chemicals, you can add ammonia to it, like a couple drops, or I'll look at the recipe. Usually I have a patina book, notebook somewhere in my studio where I wrote down different times when I was doing this more actively. But it seems like it's a trend, you know. This, I basically made this look like pewter. But if you saw it in real life, it looks pretty good. And the pewter looks good too. Oh, Clem says, wow, I love that big ring. Oh, thank you. This is a sapphire. Got that in, I bought the stones a few years ago in Tucson, and my friend Jess set this. This is a brass setting. It's pretty cool. I love doing that, setting things. Oh, which reminds me, I have another batch of carved stones coming soon. There is an owl and a bat and a couple of other things. There's like 5 this time, so get ready. It's coming soon. Might be in a couple of months. I think it'll be faster than when we did the frog sculpture. So what I'll do is rinse these. I kind of love that one like that. I was going to fix this one and patina it and make something cool. Maybe a spray at the bottom of it. It has a jointed, it's pretty cool. See that in the mechanics? When this is, after it's done casting, you spread those prongs in the inside and it holds this in place. The patina shows off the stones better, I think. You can see a lot of the details. When this is done, or dried, I mean, liver sulfur for antiquing don't harm. It doesn't harm non-porous stones. Yeah, that's right. Opal is not super porous, but I don't like to dip them in there if it's super hard because they're kind of fragile. So things that are porous, like these, see these earrings? Let's see if we can, how close we can get. This is Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Now, it absorbs like lava, like lava stone, that kind of absorbs things. Clay absorbs. Howlite absorbs. What else absorbs, Azalea? I can, let me see. There's probably a few more. But if you're in doubt, always look and check it because, or you can just do that, if it has kind of a chalky surface, then, that's probably likely to be porous. So,
or if it looks porous, a little dimply.
I don't know if you can. Oh, Azalea listed these. I have several of these in stock. So if you're interested, these are hand carved. My friend Joanne got these from her uncle who had a store in the 80s in Venice Beach and was only open for a month and then decided to close because it was too stressful. And so had all that stock in his room, like a jewelry store. All of it was under his bed. So this was part of it. They don't make these anymore. They haven't been made in years. Plus you can't get that stone. Pretty cool. That's on the website, actually. All right, so I did. Gosh, I'm glad I looked in there for a moment. I was like, did I just leave a necklace just sitting there? All right, how good does this one look? So that's the comparison. We can do a little comparison here. Doesn't that look pretty? What do you think is that? It's kind of lacy looking. What I like about doing the patinas on fine chain is it makes it look like lace. I mean, it kind of looks lacy like this. But you can also polish this up and really bring out the highlights. But I love it this color. And I have several necklaces that have the liver of sulfur. And it will eventually wear off. But what you can do is just re-dip it if you feel like it. God, man, I should keep that covered.
It's stinking. And with you and your bloodhound nose, too. You must be
I have
suffering.
a very, very keen sense of smell, y'all. I think I'll do these earrings, too. What else? Let's try these. I should drop those guys in. I did these. These are from a while ago. I meant to make finished necklaces. Drop that one in there. What else do I have here? Let's get these earrings. These have the kyanite, the orange kyanite. It's so delightful. Oops. So that might be, see how it looks. Oh, I love it. Let's do the other one. See what happens. This is kind of a fun and easy activity. Oh, I didn't wash these earrings, so you'll notice that they are taking a lot longer to turn colors because I was wearing them and they had probably a film of oil, from wearing. Not that nice. It's oil.
The oil film.
The oil film. Well, you have oils in your hands, and if you wear perfume oils, which I do all the time, Yeah, it's kind of subtle right now. I'm going to look for when it gets a little bit darker. Oh, I'm using rings. I don't want to mix and match. I can't stir. Used to, I would stir that stuff around. And I would do this at the kitchen sink and have cold water going. And then I would go between them like this and then check it. And then if I liked it, I'd go in here and say, hey, let's get more of this going. Oh, hello, June. Our friend June. Is that one of your stitch markers that just flipped in the room? Zelly's knitting something. That looks good, doesn't it? Oh, I made it for me. Sometimes I make good stuff for myself. I might have some more sapphires if there's any interest in these sapphire pieces. Okay, these are for sure done in the easy bake. It's kind of fun to do. And whenever I do this, I always have like a big pile of things going. It's kind of fun. Take these earrings out. They're kind of, they're not as dark. It's okay. You can have variety. Yeah. And you can also polish afterwards, which a lot of folks like to do, including myself, to really make the details pop. I'm not going to put that chain. I was very tempted. I have this little thing of chain here, but I'm going to wait till this one comes out. Let's bring these guys out. So I'm tangled up. Yeah, they look pretty good, but they're still not that dark. It's getting a little bit better. I want them to be rainbowy. So what that means, when you see the solution kind of, I don't know how many minutes has been, 27 minutes. So this is already starting to get kind of weak. You can see it's not really doing anything. I mean, maybe. Still, I mean, I think it's still active, but it's not as fast as when I first put them in. You can also let them sit out for a moment, and the oxygen will tint them as well. Let's throw this one back in. It seemed like, oh yeah, I forgot I was doing it like this. Without pearl, I didn't want the pearl to get damaged. But you know, that is just, they say I've done pearls before and they didn't seem to get damaged. But somebody else told me if you make a really strong solution, it can make your pearls dull. So, you know, you don't want that. They also say if you wear them and you don't wipe them off, like if you get hairspray, that's the lure on that. Right now, it'll look better if I could get that black. This chain is darkening at a different rate than this one. I'm trying to get them both a similar color, and so when you dip them back and forth, you can see this water is getting a little milky. That's what this will look like when it becomes no longer viable. It turns kind of cloudy and more pale. It's not as vibrant. Yeah, look how good that looks though. So when after everything is done, there's still a little bit of, it's still liver of sulfur in this water, but a very small amount. I'll put maybe 2 teaspoons of baking soda in a cup of cold water and throw these in, and that will ensure that it does stop. But you can see this chain darkened at a different rate than this. You can see it. Still looks good, but I wish it was, I don't like how that one turned like a dark steel gray. That's one of the issues when using mixed chain. Sometimes it doesn't patina at the same rate. And so there was a couple times when I would do, this is one of my techniques, is rubbing like this, the chain. There's no liver of sulfur. It's been rinsed. I mean, there's probably trace amounts. But sometimes that can get it. I don't know why. It just seems. And really cold water can change it too. If you dip in a really cold water. I'll try it again. I mean, this pearl's gotten a little bit wet, and it seems the same. It seems bright to me. Oh, I should tell you all, I meant to look up the times. I was just reading that I was just reading my plans for the TGBE Fall Fest that's coming up here in late October. We're trying to get a kit together going. Last TGB event that we did a lucky dip, and that was pretty successful. We might do that again. I don't know. It's kind of exciting.
Lucky dip is good.
Yeah. And I found some more things I wanted to put in lucky dip. So. And that pearl looks like. Come on, focus on the pearl. Looks pretty good. And you can see the subsequent dips. Look how it's it's darkened quite a bit. So there's a better match happening. I'll let that sit there for a moment. Give these a proper rinse.
I'm looking at that cat, and this music is tender, and my eyes are starting to close.
It's pretty cute. He's cute. He's resting good.
We need to have a snuggle pile, me and that cat.
These are kind of asymmetrical. I think, was this a kit?
I'm so excited about that necklace you made me. I've been looking at it longingly. I'm excited to wear it. Imagine how good it's going to look on my everyday.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear it every day.
Yeah, these came out good too. I've been wearing these guys every day. And this was made with our Smalls Lucky Dip. And that's like 12 beads right there. It's pretty light on beads. It is not light on time. It probably took me like 20 minutes. Maybe not 20 minutes. I don't know. But I feel like I did a live on that. This is your necklace, Azalea, and it evenly.
I'm so ready to wear it.
You know what's really popping is that little blue opal right there. That's really popping against that black. Some things just look better on a black wire too. Rubies, I think, look good on a black wire. Yeah, that'll look great. I'm making a clasp for this.
I wonder if people would want you to make, like, it seems like you didn't have, like, it didn't take you that long to make that.
No.
I wonder if other people would want them too.
Oh, these necklaces?
Like, it's like not that many beads, but it is a lot of beads, but it's not like knotting or crocheting.
It's a little easier. This one went a little dark, but you know, when I'm gonna let these dry off for a second.
We should ask them if we should start making some of those. You should.
Morphing Design says Azalea soon. Gotta model it.
I know. Put the pictures in there to launch. You know what? I could model it, and then it could launch like a thing where we make some of them. Because you've sold crochet necklaces and knotted necklaces, but nothing like that. At least not since I've been around.
No, they sell fast. Several of my customers have necklaces like it that I've made over the years. They just don't stick around. They sell fast.
Let's make some more.
Oh, there's some. Look at there. I didn't even see them.
People are probably seeing it and feeling envy in their hearts about that necklace. So pretty.
Easy to make. Hey, do you have any pro polishing pads over there?
No, I was looking for those just the other
Boy,
day.
they're precious right here. I need to order some.
You can get them freaking wholesale.
Yeah, that's what I do. Put them on Rio. You guys, what's your favorite polishing pad? Mine are pro polishing pads. They're not a cheap date. They're like, I think they're like $1 or something. But I gotta get rid of that. I will let that sit somewhere.
You find the pro polishing pads just around the house, like
They're all
used until
over.
they're completely
They turn
black and like crinkled up because somebody used it so hard.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's just natural. Vicky can't seem to get on. Get on. Get off of Facebook. Everybody's having better times on YouTube. YouTube's where it's at. Oh, I want to do a project with this. So, does anyone know? Has anyone worn these? These are called. What are these called? Cinchers. What's this called, Zoe? Do you know what this is called in the jewelry or the fashion? This one I use. I know it's like super.
They're like
ugly.
suspender clips.
It's like a suspender clip. You know what they used them in the 90s for? You would put them on the back of a vest, on a man's vest. This is what we did before, back in the 90s. And you would cinch, because it was like men's wear. And then you would cinch it closed. But this one I got with a skirt years and years ago. I know it's like I've never washed it. But I use it for my hats when I'm traveling. So I'll hook this to my bag, like the edge of my purse, or I'll do it like this around the bag handle. Say this is the handle right here. I'll pretend like that's the handle. And then I'll put my, I carry that straw hat because I don't want the sun to touch my face ever. So I take that hat with me and I'll put that on my bag so you can imagine this is the brim of my hat. And when I'm traveling that way, it doesn't get dinged up. But it also cinches thing. And I was like, hey, you know what we should do? We should bead some of these. So I'm going to order some. And I think beads, could you imagine? Like, God, I hate seeing this online where it's like that dusky, dirty gray. But imagine if this was like really cool ribbon or embroidery, like we were just talking about. You see some of these beads, like in a row or chain, like right across here. So it dips down like that. It's like, man, we could make that really pretty. And then I looked on Amazon to see what they had. Of course, they had a bunch of different ones, but they weren't as good as what was in my imagination. So that's pretty good. All right, let's see what else I'm doing here. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Oh, check this out. So this is a necklace I was working on. This is the first one I started this week. I gotta find the clasp. Bump that pumpkin. It's actually not a pumpkin, it's a kabocha squash.
Thought you were trying to get my attention for a secret purpose.
No. This is when I started. I need a clasp on it. It's the game I play in this house. So this, let me see. Let's see here. All right, this was from a dip. Where'd it go? Here it is. This is what's left from that. The smalls. So this is what's in here. And this is actually a mix of when the first time, because I had about, I don't know, was it like about a half of this? So it's kind of like, what did Bonnie call it? She called it like sourdough starter. So there's a little bit from each time, and I keep adding to it. So this was from the Sunday, and I made this necklace here. I made a pile right there from I dipped it, and this was probably there's some mixed in here, like that's not from that, and some of these big ones are not part of it, they just got mixed in while I was making some earrings. But I put these pretty close together with about 4 or 5 stitches in between, so these are pretty close together. If you're interested in learning this, I have the PDF tutorial. It's about 28 pages, and it's on our website. Maybe Zoe can drop that link for me if you don't have it already. Yeah, look at that, how good it looks. So these really pop. This is also an example of when you have a dark color, sometimes you can get a nice pop to happen with your colors. And the same thing can be true of a lighter. I have one necklace. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. This is a mix. So this is a mix here. I'm holding too many necklaces. Hey, do you see that one that, oh, here, a snake, it bit me. And this is an old one, but it's on a light cord. All right, check that out and see if you can, what's your thoughts on that? So this is on the beige, kind of a khaki color actually. But I feel like this is a little more subtle and it goes with a lot of things. This also does, but it's just a different look. Sometimes I wear them together. I got these stick pearls and I loved them. Look how pretty they are. Can't find that top drilled stick pearl. Yeah, this is a good use for the smalls. Oh, this is these are called Japanese river pearls. These were pretty expensive for pearls. I mean, for what? I mean, I think this whole strand, my cost was like $75 for those because they were so weird and so cool. There were a lot of them on strands, so it's worth it. I got a lot of necklaces out of it. So I put these so that they balance on both sides. It's asymmetrically strung so that these kind of balance. They're not exactly on the opposite end. But it balances well. All right. That's one of my old ones, and I wear it all the time. But this is a new one I was working on. And oh, check this out. This is something that's happening. I was working on this necklace design. Isn't this cute? Check out this on the bottom. That opalite, isn't that charming? Love it. I kind of love those, and I wish we made them, but I think people would not buy it because it's not a gemstone. It's that opalite glass, which is still pretty, but it's not. It's glass. So here, check this one out. This is a necklace I made pretty recently. This is a good mix of. This is knotted, and this has a good variety of small beads, very small. You can see they're very small, and more of the larger size. I think it's a good contrast and a nice kind of in between of something that's like really light and feathery. This is super lightweight. Same with this is pretty lightweight, but not as light as the crochet necklaces. I'll be posting some of these to the website. There's earrings and a few necklaces, not a ton of the necklaces. I have to photograph them. And that always seems to take me forever to do, is the photography part for whatever reason. And then here's the standard treasure necklace. Now this is my favorite way of wearing these because it's like a dense thickness of rainbow. Has a more substantial feel. They're heavier. Has my new button on them, that new salamander button. That's so cute. Really rich. I'm happy with this one. I made another one that's very similar and I kept it for myself. Sometimes that's how it goes. Oh, and I showed this one before. This is one I've been thinking about keeping. It's been in my collection for about 3 months. I haven't been wearing it, but I've just been eyeballing it and contemplating. Sometimes you gotta, hang on to something. It's like your own personal tax of your stuff. Keep a few things. Usually I don't keep that many things. Actually, that's a good, I think to keep a fair few. And here's a good technique to isolate. See how I have some of these brass beads? Kind of draws attention to this really juicy, what is that? Craziolite. It's very light. It has a very subtle green quality to it. It's really pretty. I don't know if the light is really picking that up in here. This was a good one. I have a lot of beads on this that was from the recent pearls. Karen, you like the pearls. This was in the Pearl Lucky Dip, if you guys remember. I got some really outstanding pearls that were, just gloriously iridescent. Sometimes you get a pearl and it's kind of dead. And when I say dead, I mean there isn't a lot of layers of nacre, that delightful substance that gives us the iridescent quality that we're going for. This also is mixed metals. I don't know if you can tell that, but there's silver. This is Karen Hill Tribe mixed with, these are African. Got those in African Village, and I think we sold those, didn't we, last year?
I think
The
so.
brass, they kind of tube beads, like a bugle bead. I'd never seen them that way before. I loved it. So it's a good way to use both. In that way, if you wear gold and you wear silver, like this is gold, this is brass. I do mixed metals all the time. And sometimes wearing a necklace that it has both is good. Seems good. Kind of ties everything together. All right, what else do I have here? What else was I going to show? Some things here laid out. Oh, and then this necklace. There's a big stack of necklaces. This one came out particularly good, but you know what? I chipped this, so I'm going to have to take it over and grind it. I'm going to take it to the Gem Society, and there's a little nick out of one of these moonstone pieces, so I'm going to repair it. It's a good thing I have access to it. I hate it when that happens. If there's a chip, I can't stand it. This has some of those pearls. Yeah, this one has a lot of pearls. And this is what I would call more of a monochromatic colorway, because there's not a lot of, it's more neutrals, even though like this is a sapphire, but it's a kind of a pale gray blue. So the colors on this one are very subtle, and I did them so that they have a gradation. Let's see, it starts from the clear side and then goes into these darks. And the reason I do that, let me put this somewhere where it's knocked down. Because sometimes I do that, I get some of these things get knocked down. So that you can wear it like this if you have a dark shirt. So that can be in the front. See, when you have your clasp in a balance, this is why I made these clasps, so that they could offset, because they're not super heavy. If you have a really heavy clasp, usually what happens is it wants to live at the very front, which is sometimes you want that, so that can work. I usually do, if I have some that are kind of heavy, like heavy beads, you need a heavier clasp. And that's when some of those things work well, like the bird clasp. This one's a good one. So a little barnacle button. See that? And I have silver as the loop. So it works just like a nice button clasp. Buttons are my favorite because they sit nicely and don't usually flip. You rarely see these flip. But this one is a kind of a, you could see I was going through a kind of a monochromatic, I guess is monochromatic for me. But look how it's like very neutrally, like this has a lot of the pale blues. And I love the color block. So this is features a color block section. And I feel like when I have a color block piece like this, I get a little more bang for my buck with being able to turn it to wherever it needs to go. Because the clasp can be anywhere. It can even be in the front. And it looks pretty good. These are pretty short, so they sit right below the collarbone. They're not really particularly long necklaces. This one was a favorite. This one I separated with some more. And see, there's a few more areas where I used brass spacers. These Charlottes come in handy. And the reason I put these in there is to add a tiny bit of weight to this side, because it's a little bit light, because opals are lightweight in comparison to, say, sapphires. And so I wanted to draw attention, and it's kind of like underlining something to put that space next to it. if that's how that is. And this one has a fish that's in silver. I think we have in our trunk show page. Azalea, you want to drop that link for me? There's this if you want to. We have some silver in the trunk show page that we were using our clasps and buttons and things. So if you're interested in any of these, I believe we have some. I have a couple of necklaces that I need to finish out. And so, yeah, that one that's kind of like an eye shape, that one's on there. I saw a handful of those. All right, so this weekend, oh, I forgot to show this one. I don't know if this one's on the website. This one has a more of a charm feeling, but this is a type that's my best selling ones because I'm not sure. The black seems to do well for me, but you know, every color. I make these in every color. If I had to make these all in black, I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy that very much. But this one features little teeny silver. You can see them. They're like, it's almost like it's type of glitter. And these are popcorn pearls. Check those guys out. It was fun. I love them. Got those from the beads way back in the day. Yeah, and I have a little eye. Check that little eye out. I love these guys. If there's any interest in these, I have them. I don't think they're on the website. Can you put this outside? I can't stand it. Sorry, honey. Thanks. That smell of the liver sulfur was making my throat feel itchy. Usually I go outside or quickly put out, but I forgot I was just sitting there. Yeah, this one, some carved elements. Oh, and here are those slices. We had these in a lot sale not too long ago.
I almost walked into the biggest orb weaver I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, there was a huge orb weaver out there. You guys know what an orb weaver is? It's a kind of a big, beautiful spider.
The size of my finger, and it almost was on my head.
They're not venomous. I think they can bite, but it's not like a really painful bite. They're just very decorative. Oh, thank you, Cecilia. We will be set up for one day at the Armory in, what's that area called? In Hendersonville, in Flat Rock. That's the name that I was thinking about. It's where I go to ride my bike sometimes. And so it's a mineral society. And I'm going to have some of my necklaces because they allow the members to set up a table for one of the days. So I'm setting up a table and I will have my finished jewelry and...
Are they two doing the cash only admission?
That's not related. It's the society. The Armory just hosts people. It's whoever's making a show. We went to a show and couldn't even get in. There was only 45 minutes left, and it was the doll show. And the doll show was like, or the people at the front were like, I didn't have any cash. I mean, who has cash anymore at the end of the day? And it was like $12. And I was like, listen, you guys take a card, because I could just, or you take Venmo, take PayPal. I mean, come on now. And they were like, no. And I was like, why not just waive the fee? Because it's 45 minutes now, only 40 minutes to look around. And she's like, why would we do that? And I was like, I don't know, because there were literally no customers. We could see inside the ballroom, and there were no customers in there. I was like, what is going on? If I'd seen that as a vendor, I'd been like, listen, you need to put your head on straight and not get wild. Because that's wild talk. To not...
It's going to turn down the...
You're going to turn down a potential customer?
I know, for some potential $6.
For $12? It's like not thinking ahead right there.
Some people are simple.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just control, I guess. I'm going to tell you. It's like by the time I get back, because it was kind of set away out in land in Flat Rock, I was like, the closest ATM is like at least 5 minutes away. Oh, so this is how I put the tags too, if you want to see that. I list all the ingredients on these. I find this chipboard. It's for comic books. And this one's $195. I know it sounds steep, but look what I have on it. I have a set sapphire in this silver clasp. Both sides detailed. This is the part. There's a lot of work to make that. And then there's a lot of silver, but check out these beads. And you might be wondering, and you might say, hey, do you actually sell them? And I do. But you know what? I mostly sell them online. So if you're looking at that going, man, I don't know, I sell them. So there's a customer. I know a lot of my friends out there make jewelry and they do markets, and the markets are kind of hit or miss lately, just because people are not feeling, they're feeling kind of antsy, and it doesn't make people feel like spending money on themselves, because then you kind of feel like, I don't know, like you're being greedy or something. But I think things will improve. It goes up and down. But in the meantime, it's like I do something else. We'll put it on the internet, and sometimes it works. As there was someone telling me, "Hey, how come none of the earrings sold?" And I'm like, or some earrings did sell, but the more inexpensive ones sold first. And that's kind of the thing. You'll have a customer for everything. You just might not have it at that moment. This is rainbow obsidian. I don't know if you can see it. It has a flash, but it's kind of, you can't see it in this light. It's just pure black, but in the sun, it's kind of has like a peach or green shade. You might be able, I kind of caught it there. These lights don't show all the beauty of these stones. They are really outstanding. Especially this. This is lodolite quartz. This is a kind of, they call it sometimes green phantom quartz. And to get that clear, beautiful landscape look, it takes a lot of material to cut away. Same with this. When you have the shapes, you need a lot of material to start off with. And it has to be really clear and really good. Like this is some pink quartz here. We found this not too long ago. Let's see, a little bit of pink in there. But look, it's kind of cloudy, right? But this part right in there, that's probably enough to make one bead. Not even. To get this much, you need a bead twice this amount because you lose about 50%. So if you can imagine that 50% larger, that's how big that piece was to make a round. Now, for something that's like this, you'd get more pieces out of it. So, but this is a really nice bead. These are a lot of the costs are some of these more spectacular specimens. This is a aquamarine right here. A nice juicy piece of labradorite, really flashy and good. Anyway, I put a little tag like this. And then I have a little insert that goes with it in a nice little bag that I stamp. So it looks nice for presentation purposes. If you want to see some of my necklaces in real life, Saturday, we're going to be at the National Armory for the Henderson County Mineral and Gem Society. So that's happening. All right, my friends.
You want to see what I've been doing?
Yeah, pass it over here. Let's take a look. Oh my, you just did that so fast.
Just now, since we've been on the live.
Get that.
It's for Barbie. Well, hopefully it'll fit.
Yeah, put her in here.
You can pull it down onto the cable and then you can measure it to see if it'll fit over her shoulders. You slide it off the needle.
Check that out. Isn't that so cute? As I was just crocheting that, I said that on purpose. She gave me such a look. It's not crochet, it's knit. Look at these fine little needles. Today we were checking out needles, and as I was like, on what planet are we going to spend $600 on 14 needles?
They had some special thing they were doing with their cables, but still I don't see how it can be $600. My ChowGoo needles are excellent anyway.
They're the best. I've tried all the needles, and I haven't seen any that are better than those. I will challenge anybody.
Look how good that fits her.
Oh.
That's not even for a Barbie.
That
was for a completely different kind of doll that Star has. one of those specific ones that have like a whole like online group of people are into them, but you don't ever see them anywhere.
Like a BJD.
Kind of the doll that she has. I don't know what it's called, but it's for that. So I looked at its body when she showed it to me, and I was like, that looks like that would fit Barbie, maybe. I don't know how good that fits. I can't see it so good from here, but hopefully it fits her good. I started that just as we went live.
Oh, so in about an hour, exactly.
1 hour I got that far. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm pleased with myself.
Oh, Karen, if you send it to my email, then I'll see it, and I'll just forward it to Azalea. Sometimes it's hard to find the internet or email addresses of folks if I don't see them. Clem says, that's amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
And you know what? We can make tiny buttons.
Yeah, there's a little buttonhole on the left panel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's
at the top. Just one buttonhole at the top of the left, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Nice.
Nice.
Finger weight yarn on size 1 needles.
Good job.
Thank you.
I'm going to repaint this doll so she looks nice. I mean, it looks nice, but if I
it'll look better when she paints it.
And we fix the wig. All right, let's see. I think we went over everything that I can think about, right?
Yeah, good job.
I'm going to flip this camera. Oh, I got this as actual chrysoberyl. Check this out. This is cat's eye. Check it. Look at all the colors it comes in. I've been holding on to these puppies for over 20 years. Look how pretty they are. How often do you see real cat's eye? Not often. I'll just go ahead and answer that. But if you could see them in this light, you could see that they have, let's see if I can get that to show up. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get them to show their star because they have a star. When they're strung, you can really easily see it. But anyway, these are destined for the next. I'm gonna throw those in for the lucky dip. And don't forget, end of October, I think 22nd, I can look. But we have a TGBE event, Fall Fest, that's coming up. It's going to be a good time. Always fun to hang with my friends. All right, let me flip this camera around. What do I do? Oh, here we go. This cat, he's acting. Honey. He knows what time it is. I love that little startup sound.
His sound?
When that little sound he makes is like a little tired sound. Here you go, honey. Cat chocolate. Oh, and I want to mention. Here, let me hold. Oh, you got it. You got it. Usually I'm like, do you want me to hold my hand under your face, my darling? Oh, thank you, Cecilia. I am making something. Now, usually, I will say that for TGB, I like to have a kit, and I like to have it on the website, so it's not so intense, because we usually have a big group, like 200 people watching. It's awesome. But if you have we did a lot sale one time. It was nuts. It was all over the place, but in a good way, in a wonderful way. Oh, you want another treat, honey? Yeah, of course. I'm not really sure what we're gonna make. I keep putting these on, but I wanted to mention, someone had asked me, I don't remember who, like, am I gonna have any use for the optimizers if I get them? And I was like, are you crafty in any other way? Because if so, then yes, they will be useful. Because even if you get the ones that are really inexpensive, I can't tell how good those are. But I know that these are the Optivisor brand. They're made in the U.S. And usually you can take them apart, but I lost the pins that hold them in place. I mean, they're over 25 years old. Eventually, some part is going to come apart. But that so far was the only thing that popped out. And that was only because, that happened on a plane where it was unpacked. But what makes these good is they block the light coming down, so it's not like this part blocks it, and it kind of isolates, making it easier for your eyes with bright light. When you're looking with bright light at a small thing, it can be kind of and like really, I don't know what I'm looking for. It can be kind of damaging, it feels like, on your eyes. So having that extra visor on top feels like it kind of shades your eyes a little bit. Way better than readers. And so if you make any kind of jewelry, even something that, if you're working from this far away, get a pair of them. I mean, on Amazon, I saw they were like, I want to say like $30. It will save your vision. True, like 100%. I don't know how anybody does anything without optimizers. I have pretty good vision. But I think if all y'all out there get them for crafting, it will make a world of difference in your work, because you'll be able to see things that you didn't even know were there. You're going to be like, it's a whole new world of other things. Karen says, I use my visors all the time. I've had mine over 30 years. These are probably over 30 years. If it had a date on it, I'm sure. I tried spray painting them. They don't look like this. I used some kind of weird spray, and it wasn't for, I think it was supposed to be for outdoor furniture, but it had this kind of pebbly texture, and it was in gold. I don't know why I went in gold, but it flaked off almost immediately. So, all right, thank you, my friends. I'm gonna open up all the windows in here, because even though the smell has, for the most part, dissipated, it's not dissipated enough for me.
Lord have mercy.
That's our other cat, Peanut. She likes to make noises. And Karen says, the ones that sit on your nose hurt and are difficult to wear with glasses. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. Here's what makes this good. When you have readers, you can do this and go double. You can do this. And then just check it. Oh, what? Yep, they fit right over top. I mean, unless you have some great big giant glasses, they're not going to fit. But they will fit over standard size glasses. And you know what? I hate the feeling of anything sitting on my nose. This is so much better to have the headband. So, yeah, they're not expensive. We do have an Amazon page, but I don't know if it's still active. Because
the Amazon Associates?
Yeah, the Associates.
I couldn't get that to work.
It was. We tried to do it, and I don't know.
Nothing
really happened. We put up all of our favorite products, and
yeah, we just had a standstill. I followed all the instructions and watched the videos and followed the rules, but there was just something that maybe people just weren't buying the things that we were promoting, and we didn't meet the quota for the month, and it canceled.
You're supposed to sell like 6 things within a certain amount of time. So if we didn't do that, and at the time we weren't pushing it super hard, I don't know how you even push an Amazon affiliates page. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you have like hundreds and thousands of subscribers to your page, maybe that's how you could make that work.
I've seen other people have a blog.
Yeah, there's different ways. And again, I mean, I'm all the time testing stuff. So we just test. I want to do one. I don't know if it can be. Maybe I'll do some more experiments, but I might do one on this clear clay. It's not like clay, but what would you even call that stuff? It's sculptable clear. I think it was in the section for doing nails. But man, I was like, this is going to be good to make puppet eyes, at least. All kinds of things. The jewelry applications, there's so many things you can do. All right, my friends, I can feel my throat getting a little tight, so I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed what we made today. We just did a little liver of sulfur, and I showed some of the things that we've been making. And some, a little bit of advice on this liver of sulfur game. This one came out The pearl doesn't look faded. Sometimes people say that the pearls get kind of dull. I don't know if it does. Maybe it does. I didn't notice it, but also I was being kind of careful with it. So this one you can see a little of that little bit of, where's the thing? Here we go. That side is still more black. Doesn't look as good. But I can go over it again with a pro polishing pad. So, and it'll kind of even it out. And I'll show those, how the finished ones look. You can, one of the things that's good is using a little bit of baking soda, put on your thumb, and get in there and go in and rub it with a couple drops of water. And that's just abrasive enough where you can get a very slight highlighting effect on your patina pieces. So that's a cheap and easy one. That's a good. Just rub the surface with a little bit of baking soda. Clean it, and it'll highlight the top parts. All right, my friends. Let's see. I'm gonna take off. Love you out there, and we will see you on Sunday.
Good night.
Night, friends.